Hi again everybody, it's Andy and welcome again to my office in Modesto, California. I'm an attorney licensed to practice law in California as well as New York. This particular video is going to be my third video in my series about California Small Claims Court. So if you haven't seen my first two videos in this series, I'm going to go ahead and link them right over here. So go ahead and take a look at those if you haven't seen them already. But if you haven't seen them, I'm going to go ahead and give the same disclaimer right now in this video that I give in these other two. And the basic idea is this. So if you are in California, or if you have a small claims court in California, or you want to bring one here, you are in the right place. If you are in another state, for example, and you want to learn how to bring a small claims court case in your state, in not California, what I'm about to tell you is most likely not going to apply in your situation. You can always watch. I'm more than happy to help you watch, and you can learn about California Small Claims Court. But the rules about Small Claims Court are different in California, they're different in New York, they're different in Tennessee, they're different in Texas. They vary from state to state. So if you are not in California, or your case is not going to be in California, then this video is not going to apply to you. You can watch, but it's not going to apply. So that said, this video is going to go over a question that I actually get quite a lot, and it's basically this. Andy, this guy owes me a bunch of money, or I want to sue him for $1 million, I want to sue him for $50,000. I can do that in small claims court, right? And unfortunately the answer is no, but the explanation is a little bit complicated. So I'm going to go ahead and link the kind of general rule, I guess. Go ahead and link the law that describes the general rule down below. And it's actually California Code of Civil Procedures, section 116.221. And that rule basically is this. If you're a plaintiff and you're an individual, like a person, versus a company versus a trust or something like that, like if you're just an individual person, John Q. Public, if you want to go to small claims court, the general rule is that you can only sue for $10,000, up to and including $10,000. So for example, if somebody owes you $50,000, you can sue in small claims court if you're an individual if you want to. Unfortunately, the limit is $10,000. So the thing is, you either have to forego, get rid of the remaining 40, or you have to look into suing in another way. So for example, superior court versus small claims. So the general rule for individuals, like I said, is $10,000 or less for small claims court, and that's the maximum amount that the judge can award you if you win your case. If you actually win your case, the judge is not going to give you $10,000 right then, but he or she is going to sign an order that says you, plaintiff, are entitled to $10,000 and defendant must pay you that. So that's the general rule, $10,000 or less if you go to small claims court. If you want, if you're an individual. If you want to sue for more, you have to most likely go to a different court. There are special rules, so if you're watching this video and you are a representative of a company, or you're suing under kind of a more unusual situation than two people suing each other or one person suing another, the rules for jurisdiction are actually a little more complicated. So I'm going to go ahead and link, like I said, section 116.221 down below. That section actually refers to a couple other sections of the California Code of Civil Procedure that you can go ahead and look at if your case is not one in which an individual is suing on his or her own behalf. So, like I said, hopefully that helps. The general rule, like I said, $10,000 or less if you're an individual plaintiff. However, there are kind of a lot of exceptions for situations in which the plaintiff is a company or the government or something. So hopefully that helps. I will go ahead and shoot some more videos in the future about other small claims court cases, or questions rather, that I see come up a lot. But until then, I will talk to you guys next time. Thank you.